What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
and this is a New York's Perspective. We're back again. Cool Joe in the building
Cool
with
Joe.
with the
Yo,
thousand books in
we're
the
back.
background.
We're back
Yes.
again.
With the
We're back
thousand books.
again.
Yo,
Dope
damn,
shirt, bro.
Yo,
Oh, good time.
oh yeah.
Good
Yo,
time.
you got all the stuff,
Yeah,
man.
we got all this fly
No,
Moorish gear.
No, this is the brother Jamal at Dejure Nobility. Dejure Nobility.com.
DejureNobility.com. All right, got you. Okay, yo, I don't know if C Narain Ill is watching, but brother C Narain Ill, I think you made him. I think you might have misunderstood the more. The more was saying basically. Can you explain what you were saying? Because I don't want to mess with.
Oh yeah, just that for any Latino or Hispanic so-called people, he's where they're supposed to be at.
Gotcha.
And them calling themselves Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Latino, or whatever is no different than the ones that we're trying to wake up calling themselves Black.
Right.
But where C Narain is at is where anybody who's Latin speaking should be at.
Right. Indeed.
You know, just like the Hebrew Israelites who are Moors, anybody who says that they're whatever Hebrew clique or tribe or whatever, the Hebrews who we know that are going to show a nationality card, that's where those Hebrews are supposed to be at with these other Hebrew Moors or the Moorish Zionist Jews or whoever that's playing that and Moorish. But yeah, so we're here for round two.
Round two.
Round two.
Moorish history.
Hold on, Ron. Before you go any further to the brother, are you coming back next month, Cool Joe L, to do your Black History month thing, correcting Black history? Like
Oh yeah, most definite.
Yeah, that was a dope series last year.
We'll definitely run that again.
Yo, that's crazy because that was a year ago.
That was a year ago.
That was a year ago, man.
Wow.
And he was, he was killing it. But it was, what was it like? Those Thursdays, he was just, bro.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a year, man.
It's a year, bro. Honors to you, honors to y'all for putting in the work. Time, time will tell you.
Yeah.
Time will tell you.
Yeah, you hear that, people? Like, comment, share, subscribe, super chat, follow us on all platforms. We are here. You know, the rest of them want to give us our props, though, but we appreciate that because we came out swinging on our own.
Yeah, we didn't ask for no handouts. We weren't begging people. You know what I mean? We came in and we just fucking.
And we still support others. That's the crazy thing. And we still show love.
Yeah, we still liking your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Islam. Give thanks to NYP. Thank you, brother. Islam more. So we're going Moab Point.
Yeah, we'll start here. Mojave Point. We'll start here. So when we look at this, I'm just going to read the caption of this picture right here. Right. Mojave Point offers a spectacular view west and one of the better views of the Colorado River. Another spectacular point of watching sunset offers excellent views of the Colorado River deep in the canyon below. From here, you can also see Salt Creek Granite and Hermit Rapids. Below the viewpoint, the alligator, named by Emery Kolb, points across the Colorado River to the Tower of Set, named by painter Thomas Moran. Next to these are the Horus and Osiris temples. To the left of these, you will see the Tower of Ra. Off the right, Isis temple. Tower of Set, Osiris temple, Tower of Ra, Isis temple. Where's that?
Right.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Oh, that's Egypt, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if Grand Canyon is over here,
oh shoot,
and then it has Egyptian names, then that would mean that over here must be Africa too.
Oh,
Why would they call over here Egypt if over here is not Africa?
wow.
Now, if over here is Egypt and Osiris temple and temple of Set and whatever, then why can't over here be Morocco if over here is Egypt? And then why can't over here be Carthage if over here is Egypt? And why can't over here be Mauritania and Moab if over here is Egypt? That's just a thought. Just to get people, just a thought. If they're going to call things over here the same as over there, then that means over here must be relative to over there. If the Mississippi and the Nile are the same river, then over here has to be Africa too. And they're just saying, if over here is Africa too, then over here has to be Morocco as well. Just like over here is also Egypt. Because nobody's going to debate Memphis comes from Egypt. And it's widely accepted that there's a place over here called Memphis. But that name's not from over here. That's supposed to be an Egyptian name. What's it doing over here?
That's
Unless
true.
over here is the same as over there. And the only thing separating this thing is the Atlantic Ocean, which was caused by the great earthquake that Noble Drew Ali told the Moors that's where Atlantis was. That's where they get the name Atlantic Ocean from Atlantis.
Mm.
So all this was one landmass then. And so once we can accept the fact that all this is one landmass, then you'll be able to accept the Moorish history and the Moorish everything. If you can't get over that part, then you're gonna have a hard time with this. That's just where it's at. You know, it's not a personal.
Wow.
That's just where it's at.
So to piggyback off what you're saying, basically, two things. What did the prophet say? I don't remember the exact quote, but he said, if I can get you Moors to think,
You would save yourself.
you would save yourselves. Now, that alone is deep to
That
tie
is.
to what you're saying. Because when you start thinking about Morocco or Africa and where it is,
Mm-hmm.
and you're connecting that with America, it kind of broadens your perspective
Mm-hmm.
on history and demarcation lines
Yep.
and your own origin and who you are yourself.
You're basically standing on Morocco, as they always say.
Right.
Don't they always say that? You're standing here, like everything
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. It changes your perspective.
Yeah. Which is what the point of the Moorish paradigm is. The Moorish information is supposed to change your perspective, because the perspective that we've had for all these generations is of some colonists. It wasn't our own thinking, you know. It wasn't us, you know, reading, researching, whatever. It was mostly us getting stuff put into us, not us intaking things. It was us getting indoctrinated opposed to us learning.
Right.
So that when you start the learning, then you can't deny what you research yourself.
Right.
That's why it's so warped with people who can't get this. You know what I mean? Because once you get to the point of oh damn, I'm brown, so that means I'm not black. But then brown's not my identity either. You have to come to the place of well what's the identity? And then you go through all the different things that we called ourselves, and throughout time, there's been a multiplicity of names and kingdoms and nations and empires and land masses that we were part of as a people, as a collective. When we look at the fall of our people, the main ones that we have are when Egypt fell and when the Moors fell. And from the time of the Moors falling, which is why we're doing the Moorish Empire, just to show that, well, it's not really a fall like that, right? It was a transition.
Okay.
And it's being returned right now to the ones who know what it is.
Okay. Now to expound on what I was saying, as far as, you know, what the prophet said, and expanding your thoughts and your viewpoint perspective, I'm also thinking about, with that said, the empire of Egypt, or the Moorish Empire, is global.
Mm.
And that brings us back to the Mohive,
Yeah.
Mohive,
Mojave.
Mohive. Now, you just showed us some interesting things with that. Can you bring that back up again?
Yeah.
A lot of names, man. They show the geographic basically reveals everything, man. It tells a story. Geography.
Right.
Now again, this is .gov. This is those people. This is National Park website. It's not some Moorish whatever. This is just a website that they got out there. And nobody's refuting the fact that these places have these Egyptian names. The Kemetic whoever's aren't coming and going and debating them and writing petitions, or they got to change the name. They can't call over here is not Egypt. They're not doing that. How come? Because people laugh at them. They try that BS. Because everybody knows that the what they call the Atlantic Ocean is a mirror reflecting both sides. You know, the stuff fits together like a puzzle. All these things that people just take as, oh, that ain't nothing. It fits. Why do you think the thing fits together like a puzzle? You're gonna just cut out the continents, put them together, and you're not thinking that something's going on here? Somebody's been lying, having us thinking about this separate thing. Just like when they say, when we bring up Morocco and everybody's talking about over there, as if Morocco is not a global term. It's not just this kingdom only that people know of today.
Right. So now, to take it back to this cave, I just want you to read that piece that you read, just for the people who just came in.
Below this viewpoint, the alligator, named by Emery Kolb, points across the Colorado River to the Tower of Set, named by painter Thomas Moran. Next to these are the Horus and Osiris temples. To the left of these, you will see the Tower of Ra. Off to the right, Isis temple.
The mystery schools, man. Everything. Yeah, it's crazy. Yo.
And then you get to the mindset too of, okay, well, if the Grand Canyon was really filled with water at one time, and then all these temples and whatever they're talking about that are here, right? This is documented. It's documented that there was water here. Right? Now think about the landscape, right? U.S. You have this water. Then think about Mexico. being all the way up in Cali and Texas and all that, being Mexico, right? The all the different river connections, right? Going from the south, using the Mississippi, going north, all the trade that's happening between all these different cultures. This is a bustling area. As far as ancient, this is not some wilderness, people swinging from trees, Tarzan and all that. Right? There's pyramids here as well. There were societies here. Right? Oh yeah, going to let's get to this other reference point right here. Heirs of the Incas by Carol K. Missioner. The Moor brought into Spain his harem and his house and left them as imperishable souvenirs of this 7th century regime. They are today no less distinctive of Spanish life, the one persisting as an attitude toward women and the other as an architectural standard, than bullfights and the fragrance of garlic. I will skip down to some of this. They have been woven into the national fabric as to seem Spanish themselves. Remember, they're talking about the Moors. Without them, half the characteristic and distinguished charm of old Spain would be gone. Stripped of its Moorish inheritance, the Iberian Peninsula would be a dull fetish to imagination and romance. In some of the most striking attitudes, therefore, Spanish America is Moorish America. Why Spanish America, Moorish America? Unless, like Brother C. Narain, Moors and Mexicans and Incas and all of them are the same people. Like we were talking about before, if Montezuma's headwear is a Moorish hat, then they can't tell me anything. They can't tell me anything. If Montezuma's headdress is a Moorish hat, then they can't tell me jack with the Latino, Spanish, and all that stuff. If Spanish America is Moorish America, the Noble Drew Ali was right on point. And then they can't tell me jack about him either. Because ain't nobody mentioning Moorish America unless they're a scholar. And we have many people out here who claim that they're scholars, but they don't tell you jack about the Moors. They tell you about everything else, though. They tell you about pentagrams upside down and candle magic and all this stuff, and they didn't tell you jack about the Moors.
That's true.
No.
So what's the
question?
Islam Moors.
Peace, Kush.
What's the word?
So now I want to say this. I want to ask this question: the connection between Egypt and Moors. What's the science behind that? Like, what's the history with that?
Islam Kush, you got something for that?
Islam, for sure. For sure. Peace and love to all y'all up there, man. All y'all out there.
Absolutely.
So we could go right here to this book. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Ancient Mystic Oriental Masonry. We can go to this book right here. And that was a great question, too. So we go to this book. We go to page 25 if you got the book. All right. It says, the cradle of symbolism used in all masonry is placed by many of the best authorities in that country, which they believe was first inhabited. In other words, the plateau of Tartary, and from there transmitted to this generation by the sages of India, Persia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. We are not indebted to either ancient Egypt for religion or masonry, but to America. Where did Noble Drew Ali come to speak to us? In the Americas. In fact, it is a fact that at Memphis, Egypt, in the pyramids, under the guidance of the kings, the mystic rites of masonry were worked many thousands of years ago. But at the time, Egypt and the continent of America were one and the same. Islam.
That's true.
One and the same.
Can you put that book up again?
Yeah.
The ancient mystic Oriental Masonry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But back to what Cujo was saying, the mystery schools are all there in that Mojave that Mojave place, man.
Yes, sir.
That's deep.
Yep.
They got a Memphis in Egypt.
Yeah.
So Memphis out there and a pyramid out there. Come on.
Mm-hmm. And you know, might I add, New York has especially like 33rd Street, Central Park, many places in New York. It has Egyptian history into it and connections to it. New York is a interesting. The New York is the, what is it? The Empire State. The Empire State.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Interesting name. Interesting name.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's real.
Yeah, and then that goes back again to what we're talking about. What empire? The same empire on the back of the $1 note with the pyramid right there.
Right there.
That these people don't want to deal with. They'll deal with the ego all day. When times comes to pyramid, they're making up stuff, Illuminati and secret societies, and it's all of that, but it's not their own stuff.
Yeah.
It's not theirs. That's some modern European pyramids.
I hate that this brother Lynn says we got permission from the Egyptians to traverse the Americas. I would say we are the Egyptians.
Yeah.
We are the Egyptians.
Yep.
We got permission from the pharaohs.
Right.
That's what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali wrote in the proclamations. And it's interesting enough that we talking about this. And yesterday was Noble Drew Ali's solar return. And the 8th to the 15th, you got Moorish American week. Low key, they ain't even publicized that.
Wait, hold up. Say that again.
This week from the 8th to the 15th is Moorish American week. So Noble Drew Ali had it in his solar return was the kickoff for us to be celebrating not only his solar return, but as well as all of Moorish history, especially for this week.
That's deep right there.
Islam.
Islam. Tariq says New Amsterdam, New York. Syracuse was the capital of the Iroquois Confederation.
Yo, you can put the screen share up.
Yep.
So this is just one. This is just one of the proclamations.
Bing bong.
Right. And interestingly, the city of Memphis. And then we're talking about Memphis, and this is the one that just like it's how it goes. Right. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, Hamathites, Canaanites who were permitted by...
Hold on, time out. Hold on, wait. Hold on, nah. Yo, am I bugging out right now?
No, you're seeing right.
Yep.
Okay, right. This is the city of Memphis, right?
Yeah, you're seeing right.
This is the proclamation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yes, sir. And this is just one though. This is just one out of 7.
Wow.
1 out of 7. 1 out of 7. No such thing as coincidence. Yeah.
Right. Whereas The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, Hamathites, Canaanites who were permitted by the old pharaohs of Kemet to traverse from East Africa and later form themselves kingdoms, extending from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, the Atlantic islands, onto the present-day continental Americas. What are they talking about? You ever hear these people say continental Americas yet?
Right.
What does city of Memphis know that all these other people that say that they know something? What do they talk about continental Americas?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the indigenous Moorish people of the Americas are now united in order to again link themselves with the family of nations. Indigenous, I thought Moors weren't indigenous. Isn't that what the Indian whoever say? That Moors aren't indigenous?
Islam.
The city of Memphis could do their research and find out Moors are indigenous, then what are these haters of Moors talking about? Right? We already showed you that over here is Egypt and all that. Right now we're showing you that these people already know what's up with regards to the Moors. Islam, brother Kush, I yield. Go ahead.
Islam. And then you got further evidence, as we mentioning right now, about the proclamations. You got further evidence of the proclamations. These proclamations were sent out to 7 locations, and they was all supposed to be distributed by the mayor, the governor. They were all supposed to be given to the people, but we see what they done done with it, because you ask the average person walking around, hey, you ever heard about Moorish American Week? They never heard about it. So Chicago, Illinois, Omaha, Nebraska, Tacoma, Washington, Charlotte, North Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Lynchburg, Virginia, Little Rock, Arkansas, Trenton, New Jersey, Tyler, Texas, and ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. All of these 7 proclamations were sent out, signed and stamped with a golden seal. With a golden seal. These were all sent out. This right here is Maryland Strickland from Baltimore. Indisputable evidence. Indisputable. We talking about things that's not opinionated. These are concrete, solidified facts.
Wait, time out. Okay. So these were sent out to these states to observe Moorish American Week, is what you're saying?
Yes, sir. And to share the history as if they didn't already know. But they didn't put it in for. They did the same thing that George Washington did with the cherry tree. They kept it to themselves. They didn't share this information to the public, to the so-called black people. They just kept it to themselves.
For example, there's Moroccan Day near Philadelphia. That happens near Philadelphia, right? And the Moroccan Day came out because of the Moorish Temple near Philadelphia. Now, Moroccan news people covered it, right? Not over here, over there. Moroccan news people over there covered it because they're looking at it like, hold on a second, who are these black guys with our flag? And they're getting the breakdown. They got the breakdown, and are talking about the Moorish Americans and Noble Drew Ali and all that over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the ill part, though, is that only those people who were part of that temple went to the Moroccan Day. They didn't, the same thing like what Brother Kush is saying, they didn't promote it, because then if they promote it, then everybody's going to show up, and then it won't be about them anymore. It's going to be about the collective. So opposed to them putting it out, so everybody could go from far and near to go to this thing where they're honoring the Moors, They just told their temple members only. So instead of there being 500 people out there, there are 12 people out there.
Right.
Playing around like they got some authority or something like that, and they got something done for the Moors when it was really for their self yourself.
Right.
There's powers in numbers. It would have been better if it was more people doing it.
Logically, right? If the city of Philadelphia says we're inviting Moorish Science Temple of America number 85, right? We're inviting them to come to City Hall, and we're gonna have a flag raising for them. We're gonna give them a plaque and all that stuff to show. Why wouldn't those Moors tell all the other Moors in the world so that they can show up to this thing?
Exactly. Exactly.
You could go look it up. Moroccan Day, Philadelphia. Stuff will come up.
It would have made better sense because it would have made a statement with that right there.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Big
numbers
time.
would have popped out.
Because Moors would have went to that.
And just so people who might be not familiar with more science, and just so you can appreciate the gravity of this situation, 7 cities all have this proclamation. So just because you can just appreciate what Noble Drew Ali did then, and it's still coming into fruition today.
Right now.
Islam. As well as in 1986, another receipt,
I'm looking
January 11th, they honored Noble Drew Ali with the Moorish Centennial Celebration, which is right here.
Can you say that again? Because I was looking that up. This what Brother Cujo was telling me to check out.
Okay, the ambassador of Morocco, they held on January 11th, 1986. They held a Moorish Centennial Celebration honoring the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in Washington D.C. So the ones that say we not, Moors, the real Moroccans are over there on the other side of the world. Why is the other side of the world having a dinner celebrating the life and legacy of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? And they, just to be real brief, the guy was saying that this is the ambassador of Morocco. He was saying that the Noble Drew Ali Centennial Tribute Dinner, he said he'd like to take this opportunity to express our collective appreciation for the kind invitation. So they got invited and they accepted the invitation and then made a speech about Moorish Americans when they said they are greatly honored. They say, we are happy to bring you our greetings from His Majesty, King Hassan II, and the people of Morocco. So they know what's going on. He says, by now, I have been made well aware of your devotion to strengthening the ties linking the Moorish American community to Morocco. Morocco, for its part, welcomes your interests and your work for a better understanding between us. I would like you to know that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Your initiative is to be both respected and encouraged. As to us, we in turn have every intention of doing all possible to make our relationship a vibrant and special one. This is the ambassador of Morocco in 1986. Come on.
That's beautiful, man.
And 86 was yesterday. 86 was yesterday.
Come on.
Right.
Right. This is Moors in America, a compilation. You can get that on khalifamedia.com. Moorish heritage. I consider, well, hold on, let's just back up so you could know. This is DeLacy O'Leary speaking on the Caribbean, Panama, and Colombia. I consider it most significant that the African peoples which Winters mentions, such as the Manding, Fula, Moors, Wolof, and Berbers, all came from within Moorish imperial boundaries. Historical records reveal that in Africa, the Moorish Empire once extended as far south as the Senegal River, as far east as the Egyptian border. Historians of the Maghreb, like S.S. Imamuddin, remind us of the vast expanse of territory which was recognized as Moorish by centralized governments of earlier centuries. Recognition of the fact included the Western Eastern world. Consequently, it would have been reasonable in previous centuries for people to consider Manding, Fula also a Moorish, in that such designated peoples came from within Moorish territories. This would change, of course, as the recognized territories of the Moors would shrink over time.
Mm.
And here we are now in this shrunken state of being Negro, Black, Latin, Hispanic, Haitian, and all these different brand names, when all of these people were under Moorish imperial boundaries.
Yes, sir.
And if you can't prove foreign citizenship, then you're ipso jure Moorish subject.
That's law.
And the most unproven, the most people that cannot prove their citizenship are Negro, Black, colored people. Because everybody else has a nationality. It's only them playing around.
That's true. Ties back to landmass.
Right? So even in their ignorance, they're more subjects. Even in their ignorance. Because they can't prove that they're Negro. They can't prove that they're African or that they're Black.
Can't prove that.
They can't prove that they're colored. And they're claiming that that's their citizenship. So if they can't prove that, then they're more subjects.
They still a more subject.
By ignorance, they're a more subject.
So how do you got the ambassador of Morocco on the other side of the world saying the words Moorish American? He also said, look what he said. He said, but for the goal to be met, we must also look to the future. We cannot limit ourselves to considering just the historical aspects of our relationship, thereby believing that good relations between us are a matter of fate. Rather, we should understand our cooperation to be a living entity, able to grow and open the future. It is here that we can begin to recognize the importance of our children's role. It says, whatever advances we make, it is our children who will have to follow through. Morocco, this is a quote, Morocco is awaiting your proposals. We are pleased and proud to have the Moorish community as one of the bridges between Morocco and the United States, as a new voice in the network of our long-standing relationship, courtesy of the ambassador of Morocco. Come on. I mean, we talking facts right now.
So I have a question, brothers.
Not opinion.
Not opinion.
So, but the question I have, does that treaty that the U.S. has with Morocco has anything to do with this as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship, you got the 1786 treaty, you got the 1787 treaty, you got the 1836 treaty. They're the longest running treaties in the world. Also, you got the Treaty of Tripoli, where it says that the United States was not founded on the Christian religion.
Yeah.
It's not, and these people out here talking about this Christianity stuff. The Americas was not founded on the Christian anything. It's founded under Islam.
That's true. That's interesting that you say that. Can you show and prove that? Because, you know, do you have any kind of like facts to back that up with, or books or anything like that to kind of like guide the people so they can go check that out?
Pick up this book right here. Val, I got this one right here. This one ain't ripped up. Pick up this one right here.
Hold on a second. Let me put you up on this thing.
Yeah.
Boom.
America is the True Old World, Volume 1 and Volume 2. You can see, you can pick up them books, and you can see on page 100 and 101. You can see it right there. You're gonna see first, you're gonna see the Moors right here. You're gonna see the Moabites, the original Statue of Liberty, a Muslim, and it says right here, it says this is the first line of that. It said, and this is from the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and the Treaty of Tripoli. It says all the said treaties are treaties of the U.S. and are the supreme law of the land. It says per Article 6, Clause 2 of the Constitution, the said treaties demonstrate the existence of a Mohammedan nation right here in the Americas. And it says in Article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli, it says, as the government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. That's the first sentence.
That's true. And also, I believe in the Capitol or one of those monuments over in DC, they do have like the Islamic like sculptures on the ceiling. George Washington's is somewhere in the middle as a deity, and it does say they did founded the laws on old Islamic principles. I forgot it was wasn't it Sharia, some of it, some part of it, Sharia law, something like that. I can't recall. Sharia, Sharia law.
And even Thomas Jefferson's Quran in the Library of Congress.
Sir.
They got that stuff in our case and all that.
Even Benjamin Banneker's Fez.
Yeah.
Facts.
Kind of crazy, man.
So all of this, like some of this stuff, I've never like I've seen that picture in that book that you just showed. And I recognize the correlation between Egypt, Morocco, and America, but some of the stuff that you brothers are mentioning, I had no clue existed. Like the proclamation of Memphis.
Yeah.
This, like, where could I find that proclamation?
Yeah, just online.
Online.
Moorish American proclamation. Stuff will come up.
Yep. Regular online search. It's right there.
It's right
there. He's right
so
there.
My thing is,
but
like,
again, going back to the issue of it not being told to the people so they know.
So my thing is, like, if you brothers are uncovering all this, I'm sure this has been uncovered before. Why are we on the FBA wave right now? Where are we going right now? It's like we're going backwards.
Yeah,
but that's what's gonna happen if you're not dealing with the Moorish nationality as your foundation.
Yeah,
if you're not dealing with the Moorish nationality as your foundation, you're gonna be dealing in slavery and wardship and begging and marching and picketing and change your name 50 times. And some fake government has to sign something for every 5 years for you to get something. All of that is part of the game.
Yeah. And they getting pushed. They getting endorsements. They getting who knows what kind of endorsements they getting. They getting paid to sell out. So check this out real quick, because I know people love pictures. Here's a picture right here for you. See these hybrid Europeans riding around in Corvettes, right? Yeah. All these hybrid Europeans riding around in Corvettes. Everybody love fast cars. But see, one of the things that pop out about this is we think that the Moors was somehow just in one place, but we don't realize that the Moors was capturing Europeans in the 14, 15, 1600s and 1700s. We was capturing Europeans off the water. This is where they get the whole Pirates of the Caribbean and whatnot. But the point is this, though. The etymology of the word corvette. It says right here. It says the etymology of the word corvette will provide the reader with insight into why European Shriners, i.e. Freemasons, why they love the small corvettes in the Shriners Parade. It says the corvette is derived from the French, meaning small, fast ship. The Moors would sail the corvettes alongside the European ships and go aboard and capture the European captains, the sailors, and the fishermen. And we would ransom them off. But the hybrid Europeans, they kept the corvette like a trophy. They like, shit, these Moors, they didn't forget. They want to be the Federal Black Association. They want to be Hebrew Israelites. They want to be persons of color. So you know what? We going to throw the history right in front of their face. And they ain't even going to figure it out. We captured them as Moors. We captured all these Europeans on these small corvette ships. And now the hybrid European driving around in them, laughing at us. This is what they doing.
It's crazy, man.
This is what they doing.
Right.
In real time.
Right now.
They used to have to pay us ransoms.
And what point of history was that?
This is the 14, 15, 16, 1700s. They was paying us ransoms.
And keep in mind that keep in mind if that's going on in the 14, 15, 1600s, then they definitely can't have some slavery going on at the same time.
Who are these imposters? These are imposters down here. Marking the feds up, the pale-skinned Europeans, they wearing our stuff while we over here, they over there playing, what name am I gonna be this week? What organization am I gonna join this week? Instead of just saying, all right, look here, man. The treaties is already in place, the laws are already in place. All you gotta do is just be yourself. And the only thing that's on the last lawful name for our people collectively in the Library of Congress, Congressional Record, Treaty Law is Moors or Moorish American. That's it.
Well, this comes down to what I was telling Brother Cena Rain Ill about and Mikey Fever. The people who have the loudest voice on the internet right now, and I would say in political, socio-political arenas, are the people who are articulate. They have great marketing and money behind them. However, they are still blind, deaf, and dumb. So we have to be a stronger voice in media right now, because this is the tool that we're using to get the message across. So we have to become a stronger voice through marketing and promotion and etc. So what are some things that you brothers are? I mean, I shouldn't even ask you that, because pretty much Canaan Land, Moors, and Kush Day, y'all been putting a lot of work, and y'all have a pretty large following on your platforms. Well, where do we go from here, being that the FBA movement is a stronger, not a stronger, but it's a louder voice?
You know, like we say in the islands, empty barrels make the most noise.
It's a fact.
They just loud, rattling around. They never gonna last because they ain't got a foundation. The irony and the mockery is so wild that they're saying they're the Federal Black Association. What they say? They say they're the Foundation Black Association.
Foundational Black Americans. Foundational Black Americans.
Foundational Black Americans.
Quick, hold on a second. Just a quick thought. This is for educational purposes only, because you know that Foundational Black Americans is trademarked and copywriting and all that. So just so we don't get sued by Tariq Nasheed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make sure we put it out there. This is just for educational purposes only.
What's so crazy about Tariq Nasheed is this. Tariq Nasheed, when he first got into the conscious lane, so to speak, he came through that conscious lane with Moors.
Yeah.
So for him to push Foundational Black American is just like, what?
That's supposed to be the sign to show people that he's a traitor.
You're a traitor. You're a sellout.
That's supposed to be the sign, because like I was saying in the beginning, how is it that you're going from doing all this research, find all this stuff about Moors, and then not go down that road? It doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like when we say like with this one, right? We're talking about the empire, and we're saying chronicling the Moorish Empire. Right? This is not a Negro right here. This is not a Negro. They don't want us to be this again.
Nope.
They don't want us to be this. They want us to be the torn shorts running through the bushes from the slave master. That's what they want. They don't want us in the mindset of ruler.
Yeah.
And again, we could show, like you said, all those hidden colors, whatever, have the Moor's head as the logo for this thing.
Yeah.
And now he's a foundational Black American, and people are taking that serious. They can't take that serious. No way.
You can't.
You know?
How you got a foundation? What is their foundation? See, that's the thing, that if we just broke down FBA, what is their foundation? They don't stand on the foundation. That shit is like sheetrock. It looks sturdy, but as soon as enough people start standing on it, that shit gonna fall in.
Or as soon as that get wet, or as soon as that's done,
it's over with. As soon as you apply any pressure to that, it's gonna cave in. Don't stand on it. Tell all y'all out there, don't stand on that, because it ain't solid.
So
one thing for certain, law is solid.
This brother said FBA is just a distinction. I don't think Tariq is pushing for FBA to be our nationality in law. I guess. Do
you hear anybody else making a distinction? That you don't hear Asians making a distinction. Foundational yellow Chinese Chinaman. Like, if once you got a nationality, you don't have to, it's already solidified. What's the foundational yellow Asians? What's that? It's just retarded.
Where they at?
Where they at? How come ain't nobody else out here talking about we need to make another distinction? Why not just stick to what you is already in law? And everybody, you just heard the ambassador of Morocco speaking on behalf of King Hassan II, honoring the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in a dinner, the Noble Drew Ali celebration is what it's called. So they know over there that this flag right here don't belong to them. Mm-hmm. And they ain't got a problem with it. It's only the so-called black people here.
Only ours.
Mm-hmm.
Only over here.
Yep.
Now, Rondo says, that's an interesting name, Rondo. When I think of Rondo, I think of Rondo number 9. But anyway, maybe Tariq is using FBA as a doorway for the 85%. Maybe. I don't know. My thing is like, it just doesn't make sense. What, like that's like me doing going into the temple. I'm not saying he went into the temple, but he was around Moors like crazy when he first came into the fold.
You can't say he doesn't know.
That's like me coming into the temple, learning about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Moorish history, reading all these different books, information, and then coming out here talking about foundational black, like pushing foundational Black American. That's like stupid to me. It doesn't make any sense unless you're trying to you're macking again. You're pimping the culture.
That's what he is.
That's what he is, though.
Isn't he a Mac? Isn't he have Mac books and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just a pimp in conscious face or whatever.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yusuf said,
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he have this? Didn't he have these kids?
Every video every DVD.
Video, didn't he have these Moors heads?
Yes.
With the
Nicholas, thank you.
bandana?
Appreciate you, Nicholas.
He had these on there. So how you go from knowing the history worldwide to now you talking about black again?
Right.
Hey man, you got to call traitors traitors. That's it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. This ain't personal, but then again, it is personal because you playing with people's birthright. So it ain't just being like, nah, we got to let them get a pass. Nah, we not letting nobody get a pass because you playing with jeopardizing people's lives. And I don't think people really understand the gravity of this situation. When you identify as a so-called person of color, you're literally jeopardizing your life because you don't have birthrights. You're not recognized as a living being. You don't have human rights. You're making yourself a 3/5 colorable entity that you can be taken. Somebody can do whatever they want to do to you. You have no foundation. Period. I don't think people understand
no
that.
foundational black Americans.
Right.
Let me stop. Let me not be. I'm not supposed to do that. My bad. Pardon, yo. Respect. But yo, peace to everybody in the chat. Thank you, brothers, for coming out this evening. I really appreciate you.
Always.
We should do a part 3 on this. I love this subject. I learned a lot today. I got like a bunch of stuff. Like I'm typing in my notes here that I need to go check out. Man, this is very informative. You know, I would like to have Sharif with you brothers too. That'll be peace, because if y'all, you know, building on what y'all information y'all got, brother Sharif is built. Y'all all have so much information. It'll be a classic to put y'all all on with you brothers on with the brother Sharif. I just want to put that out there. Anyway, peace to everybody again in the chat. Why the mayor of Tom Umar Johnson, man, y'all coming in droves at the end of the podcast.
That's how they do.
Man,
you know what they say. You know
color people time. Come on,
black time. Black time.
Color people time. Come on, throw we Moors in here, man. Yo, and I'm gonna let everybody.
Dude, he on the same wave though.
Who, me?
Nah, not you, Moore. I'm talking about if the guy that threw that question up there talking about Umar, he on the same thing. He ain't excused.
Yeah.
He ain't excused. He ain't getting no pass either. How you a doctor and you supposed to be sharing knowledge and you supposed to have a Hippocratic oath that you swore to. So how are you giving out as a doctor? How you giving out information that's jeopardizing people's birthright by misidentifying them with a European word is black and white? That's not what a doctor would do to honor their Hippocratic oath. Knock it off. Huh?
Hey man, on that note, man, yo, we'll build the next one. Peace to everybody in the chat. Thank you, Kush Day. Thank you, brother Cujo. Islam to the world.
Islam was
out of here.
Happy Noble Jolly Week. Islam.